You're watching Big 12 now on ESPN+. Welcome inside the WVU Coliseum in Morgantown, West Virginia. College basketball tonight. The Blazers of UAB meet the West Virginia Mountaineers. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Dave Weekley, happy to be alongside wonderful Warren Baker. We'll see Amanda Mazey in just a moment. This is game 2 of a 4-game homestand for West Virginia, counting down to Big 12 conference play. Coming off a win over Navy on Wednesday night, an efficient performance for UAB. They're 7-1. They've won 6 games in a row. And Bake, they feature the nation's leading scorer in Jelly Walker.
Yes, they do. And I'll tell you what, he's going to be a handful. The Mountaineers are going to have to slow him down.
And Kedrian Johnson gets the defensive assignment tonight for West Virginia on Jelly.
Well, Keedy did a great job on him last year, holding him to 13 points. I'm sure Jelly Walker is going to come out tonight and really want to get going.
Let's take a look at the statistical comparison between these two players. For Jelly Walker, he leads the nation at almost 26 points a game. And not only does he lead the nation, he leads the country in scoring by nearly 2 full points.
Yeah, he's a handful, can score it from anywhere, but Kedrian Johnson does a great job defending. Let's see what happens tonight. It's going to take more than just Kedrian, though. The whole team will have to be ready. Kedrian
Johnson averaging 8 points a game, and he and Joe Toussaint both among the top 10 in the Big 12 coming into play today in assist-to-turnover ratio. West Virginia at home in their gray uniforms, and for UAB in their familiar green road uniforms trimmed in gold. Got a good crowd here at the Coliseum for a Saturday night, and we're looking for a high-scoring game. UAB averaging 90 points a game. The Mountaineers averaging 80 points a game. That's third best in the Big 12. Tip-off controlled by UAB. Eric Gaines, the LSU transfer, takes it all the way to the rim and rocks it home with the right hand.
Boy, what a start.
Mountaineers starting 5. Johnson, Matthews, Mitchell, Eric Stevenson, and Bell in the pivot.
UVA with a little 2-1-2 press after that early dunk.
And we've got a foul inside. Matthews was trying to come to that pass from Kedrian Johnson. And for the Blazers of Andy Kennedy, Brewer, Gaines, KJ Buffin, Jelly Walker, and Trey Jemison in the middle.
Early foul call. I think that's going to be important this evening, Dave, for both clubs to adjust to how the officials are calling the ball game.
Johnson will trigger it in. And we've got another foul, and this one's going on Gaines.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Emmett Matthews took a hard fall, has immediately grabbed his knee.
Taking a look at that. Taking a look at that left knee. Bends it all the way over.
Yeah, he comes down. Boy, that thing kind of buckled when he came down. He is up. Hopefully it's nothing real serious. Doc Metter, the trainer for WVU, did not come on the court, and it appears that Matthews is going to be okay, and what good news for the Mountaineers right now.
Yeah, for the most part, West Virginia has gone almost the entire season injury-free.
Yeah, they have. Well, to some preseason injuries, certainly with Trey Mitchell.
Mitchell,
but
of
yeah,
course.
up to this point in the season, yes. Officials still talking to Matthews to make sure that he's okay. It appears that he is going to continue. Well, no, I see Kobe Johnson up off the bench, and he will come in and get Emmett Matthews off the court.
All right, so Matthews is going to leave the game after starting. Our officials tonight, Jerry Pollard, Kelly Self, and Chance Moore. We're 30 seconds into the first half. Stevenson gets the pass. He's immediately double-teamed. Here's Bell.
Good recognition by Eric Stevenson to find Bell. One thing that, Dave, you'll see all night, Eric Kennedy with UAB will change defenses 1,000 times.
And Jemison is going to be called on the travel. He had the ball in the low post, and Stevenson had the defense. That's a turnover for UAB. Once again, full pressure defense by UAB.
Yep.
They're going to play a variety of zone defenses and man-to-man tonight.
A 2-1-2. Now they drop back to a 2-3 zone.
Five on the shot clock. And that's a turnover. Johnson lost it. Gaines will bring it back outside. Here's Walker. Too strong right on line. Ball deflected out of bounds and will stay at this end.
Boy, Bob Huggins did not like the call. And the officials have changed it.
Andy Kennedy is the head coach in his third season, former Bob Huggins assistant at Cincinnati.
Good job. Both officials getting together and talking things over.
Stevenson out of the deep corner, front rim, no good. Gaines, 2 field goal attempts and 2 dunks for UAB.
And again, that pressure is here. West Virginia is going to have to be able to handle that pressure throughout the evening.
Johnson and Johnson in the backcourt for the Mountaineers at the moment. Trey Mitchell into the paint, the follow away.
Oh, gets the hometown bounce.
Buffin in traffic, lost the handle. Loose ball, controlled by UAB. But here's Buffin's got it again. Shot clock under 10. Walker for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound by Bell.
Jelly Walker missing his first 2 shots, but this guy can get it going at any time.
Johnson off a screen, back iron, no good. Chased down by UAB. And Gaines will bring it into the front court. Talk about Walker missing his first 2 shots from outside the arc. He was just 1 of 9 when these 2 teams met in Birmingham last season, a game the Mountaineers trailed at halftime, but went on to win. Gaines rims out a 3. Offensive rebound. Shot back iron, no good for Ladarius Brewer. Mitchell comes up with it. And Johnson wants to press the issue. Lays it up and in.
Keegan Johnson with a nice move to the hoop. Early on here, though, West Virginia is going to have to get on the defensive boards.
Front iron, no good on the 3 attempt. Bell, another rebound. Mitchell down the lane. Jemison was right there at the rim. Contact, no call, and he got the rebound. Buffer down the lane, puts it up and in. Counted and a foul.
West Virginia is going to have to work on their rotation coming back. We've seen a couple of breakaways for UAB. They want to push the ball when they get a chance. The Mountaineers are going to have to make sure they have good floor balance.
Bob Huggins in his 15th season at West Virginia. Naismith Memorial Hall of Famer in the most recent class. Over 900 career wins.
Bob Huggins saying there was contact at the other end. No call. Contact this end. There's a foul.
UAB shoots 77% as a team at the free throw line. And they are 16th in the country when it comes to free throw attempts per game. They get to the line a lot. 24 free throw attempts per game so far this season.
Now a 1-3-1 zone out of UAB.
And that call is going to go against Jelly Walker.
Early on, we've seen 3 different defenses out of UAB already. They will continue to change all night.
Both teams now with 14 fouls here in the first half. Mountaineers with the basketball. Blazers with a 1-point lead. Here's Mitchell trying to get possession of that ball. It's going to be a held ball situation. And we will stay at this end. We got an official timeout on the floor here in Morgantown. 15:48 to go, first half. UAB with a 7-6 lead. Johnson up for two for the Mountaineers.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. WVU down by 1 point. So how do you beat a Bob Huggins team? Always helps to have a little inside knowledge. And of course, Coach Kennedy has that as he coached with Huggins at Cincinnati. He says, number one, you cannot let a Huggins team out-effort or outrun you. He said you also have to win the little battles like points off turnovers and second chance points. And he said, really, effort is of the utmost importance because he knows WVU will not give you anything for free. A Hugs team makes you earn every point and every possession, Dave.
Amanda, thanks for that. By the way, Bob Huggins talking about this in his media availability yesterday. You know, you'd think that these two veterans would not like to go against each other because they work together at Cincinnati, but Hugs says it's fun.
Well, you know, when you become a good friend with a person like that, you like going against them now, and they know each other so well. I'm sure it is somewhat fun, but you still want to win.
Yeah, you still want to win. That's exactly right. Andy Kennedy has won his share of games as well, over 300 in his career.
And I also think, Dave, that these younger coaches who coached under Hugs, I mean, don't they want to beat him? Don't you always want to beat your mentor?
Well, this is the fourth time they've met. Hugs won both battles with Kennedy when he was at Ole Miss, and then, of course, last year against UAB in Birmingham. Blazers with the basketball, protecting a 1 point lead. A little less than 5 minutes into the first half. Gaines lost the handle. Off to Johnson. Mitchell with a good look from the wing. Bell the offensive board. Kedrian Johnson the fadeaway.
Well, keys to the game for UAB. Disrupt West Virginia's flow. They know how West Virginia can really score in bunches and then absorb the crowd. This is the first true road game for UAB, as it was for West Virginia at Xavier last week. Can they handle the crowd here tonight?
Jelly Walker lost the ball. West Virginia possession. What about Mountaineer keys?
Put the jam on Jelly, and that's Jelly Walker, and that's going to be Kedrian Johnson's job to kind of spread the jam, slow him down. And the second part, the guards tonight, because of the way that UAB changes defenses, the guards have to be coaches too. There'll be times they'll get some instructions from the bench, but they have to get the offense in the right positions as well. Back to that 2-1-2 court, half court, full court press now.
So Kedrian Johnson, back-to-back buckets for the Mountaineers.
Kedrian Johnson is saying, forget about Jelly, I can shoot it too.
Wagee with the good defense, and that's another turnover for the Blazers. That's their fourth. Javion Davis got the ball down in the low post, and Wagee turned him away.
UAB in a man-to-man now. Haven't seen that. They're in a man-to-man, but switching.
Johnson. He'll tee it up for three. Short side of the rim, no good. Long rebound controlled by Stevenson, a fresh 20. Here's Mitchell on the baseline. Nice move, puts it up, too strong, no good. Buff on the board and a foul on West Virginia on the rebound. That's going to go against Wagee.
Jerry Pollard had heard enough. He just teed up someone, I'm not exactly sure, but he was following the players down the court, and someone said just a little too much. We'll have to find out exactly which way this is going. I think it's going to be on UAB, but we'll have to see.
So that's going to be a technical foul on Taven Lovin. So the Mountaineers are going to shoot this tee.
Good news for the Mountaineers there. Emmett Matthews is back on the floor. He did go to the dressing room for just a little bit. Doc Metter took care of him. He's back out here now and ready to go.
We'll keep an eye on that left knee.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing like that, when you get a little injury like that, if you're going to play, you need to keep going, because if you sit down, it won't take long for something like that to stiffen up on you.
And also a technical foul has been whistled on UAB's number 5, AJ Buckner. That's his first team foul number 4.
All right, so technical fouls are going to offset.
2 fouls were called that time. Double fouls basically, so it's kind of a wash. UAB has the ball.
Lovin, guarded by Stevenson. Mitchell deflects the pass. Mountaineers nearly had another turnover there. Jump shot, no good. That was Brewer with his first attempt. And it is another turnover. Looking inside for Bell. Stevenson wanted a deflection there, but that's going to sail out of bounds. That's going to turn over for West Virginia. Their second.
Looking for Jimmy Bell to go down the middle, but just a little too much heat on that pass.
Kedrian Johnson coming out of the game. And he's had an outstanding game so far here in the first half. Joe Toussaint comes in.
And it'll be Joe Toussaint's responsibility to try to keep Jelly Walker off the boards.
In traffic, rebound up and in.
UAB really hitting the offensive boards hard.
So Davis gets the offensive rebound put back. And it's a 1-point game.
UAB was in a 2-2-1, back to a 2-3 zone now. That free throw area is open if West Virginia can get it in there.
Matthews had that ball stripped out of bounds. West Virginia will keep possession. Yeah, at the shoot-around today, Bob Huggins was talking about the variety of defenses he'll see from UAB, and he says, I don't care what zone they're in, just get in the open gaps.
Get in the gaps, yep. Got to hit the seams. And again, that's what we were talking about. The guards on the floor need to be able to recognize that.
Toussaint can't knock it down, and the rebound is put back up and in. Oh, that's a foul on West Virginia. We're going to go the other way.
Foul is whistled on West Virginia's number 15, Jimmy Bell, his first, team's 4th.
And Jimmy Bell with the little aggression inside picks up the foul.
His first. Walker. And Matthews is on him quickly. Davis, right in front of the rim, too strong. And Matthews the rebound.
Nice job by Jimmy Bell, not to foul, just held his ground, made a shot difficult.
Toussaint gets a screen up top from Bell. Here's Mitchell. Look away path to Matthews, the lefty for 3.
Well, when you double team like UAB's doing, if you move the ball good, you're going to find somebody open. West Virginia found Matthews that time.
Davis with the pass, shot short, no good by Brewer. Offensive rebound, Brewer will try it again. Too strong, Bell the board for West Virginia.
West Virginia fortunate that time, UAB getting a good second shot.
Toussaint trying to get it to Mitchell, and it's a turnover. UAB gets the ball right back. An official timeout on the floor. 11-11 to go here in the first half. Emmett Matthews back in the game and knocking down a 3 out of the corner. 11 minutes to go here in the first half of the WVU Coliseum. College basketball on ESPN Plus. West Virginia, the Mountaineers with a 13-9 lead on the Blazers of UAB. We were at the shoot-around this morning. Amanda Mazie, what did Bob Huggins have to say about who needs to step up from this gang to beat the Blazers tonight?
I asked him that very question, and his answer was pretty simple. Everyone. Hugs is still not pleased with how his entire team has guarded opponents or how his team has gotten beat on transition defense. He says they haven't even gotten close to realizing their potential yet, and that this will only happen if they play a whole lot harder than what they've been playing so far. So we'll see how that effort is tonight, Dave.
All right, Amanda, thanks. Blazers with the basketball. Gaines, number 4, back in there for UAB. Davis puts it up and in. Until that bucket, UAB had been shooting only 31%. They had more turnovers than field goals. 5 turnovers now, 6 turnovers in the first 10 minutes of the first half of the Blazers. Toussaint off the bench in there running the point now. Stevenson is scoreless to this point. And what a great pass to Okonkwo. Puts it up and in for 2.
Good court vision by Eric Stevenson to find Okonkwo inside.
So Okonkwo getting some early minutes, and the shot up and good inside by Davis.
Okonkwo may have to do some fronting. It's just too easy to get the ball down that low. And Jimmy Bell back up off the bench. He'll come back in for Okonkwo. You can't allow that ball to get that deep with the type of athletes they have inside.
Toussaint the fall away. Too strong, won't go. Loose ball inside. And the possession arrow will go to the Blazers. You know, Okonkwo this week was talking about the fact that he'd been giving his teammates an awful lot of the business about the English team in the World Cup. That he thought they would dominate the United States when they played. That game turned out to be a scoreless tie. And England lost to France today in the quarterfinals. And we'll see how that affects them. Lovin looking for the entry pass. Deflected away by Bell, and Toussaint can't save it. Right in front of the WVU bench. Good hustle.
Jelly Walker spending some extended time on the UAB bench. I'm sure he'll be ready to come back in shortly, but he's scoreless at this point, as is Eric Stevenson. That's just kind of, I didn't expect to see that.
Davis inside, puts it up and in, draws the foul from Bell, and he'll try to complete the three-point play. Look at how Andy Kennedy has effectively used the portal. Ladarius Brewer from ETSU. Gaines started a lot of games for LSU last year. Buffin from Ole Miss. Jordan Walker, this is his 3rd school, a season at Seton Hall, 2 at Tulane. And Trey Jemison started at Clemson, but he's in his 3rd year now at UAB.
That's your starting 5. You know, all that are transplants from, and you know that's the temperature of basketball now. You see it every place.
Javian Davis, Alabama, then Mississippi State, and you saw the other Brewer brother. They're brothers on the same team. And Davis, the transfer from Mississippi State, completes the three-point play. And now UAB is back in front, 16-15, 9.5 to play first half.
Okonkwo back in for Bell. He's going to have to play some valuable minutes for West Virginia and grow up early because UAB is really trying to get that ball down low.
It's been back and forth, 4 ties and 4 lead changes here in the first half.
Man-to-man this time down by UAB.
Toussaint picks up the dribble, and Stevenson able to get it back. Stevenson fires for 3, back iron no good. Okonkwo the rebound, and a foul is called. Hey, Amanda, you got more on those Brewer brothers from ETSU?
Yeah, absolutely. So during the offseason, UAB pretty much got a 2-for-1 deal out of a transfer, the Brewer brothers. Ty and Ladarius Brewer, they transferred in from East Tennessee State. So I asked Coach Kennedy, I said, was that a package deal from the very beginning? And he said they didn't present it that way to the brothers, but Kennedy did tell me that he looked at each brother and said, I want you to play for me. And that it was on them to decide if they both wanted to play for the Blazers together. And in the end, Ty and Ladarius decided to finish out their college career together, and they have both made an immediate impact for this team, Dave.
Amanda, thank you. Well, we knew that Eric Gaines was a Skywalker. I mean, he was way up for that dunk and another throwdown. That's his third dunk of the first half.
Yeah. Boy, the execution by UAB is really, really good at this point. They have West Virginia off balance on that defensive end. They're throwing it inside when they want to and scoring, and then also doing a good job of running set plays.
Kedrian Johnson comes back in. Toussaint will exit for the moment. UAB looking to add to a 7-0 run. Tip won't go. Emmett Matthews, a rebound for West Virginia.
Well, UAB really hitting the boards hard. Almost got an offensive rebound on that miss. UAB staying man-to-man this time down.
Seth Wilson checks into the game. Emmett Matthews with a three. His second in the first half.
Emmett might have tweaked that leg, but there's certainly nothing wrong with his arm at this point.
Jelly Walker, step back, got it. And he's in the scorebook now. Nation's leading scorer with his first bucket of the game.
Well, a guy like that can fill it up really quick, so you really got to try to shut him down. You don't want him to get really going here. Seth Wilson in the game for West Virginia. He played Jelly Walker all week. Whoa! Emmett Matthews again.
Emmett Matthews with a heat check three. Still red hot.
I was saying this week that he was in a week. Wilson he played Jelly Walker all week in practice.
Walker got all the way to the cup, then got his own rebound. The dish to Davis for two.
UAB really attacking the offensive glass.
Turnover. Here's Walker ahead of the pack. Jumper off the baseline, no good. Okonkwo the rebound for West Virginia. Walker won't miss many like that. Gaines is going to pick up the foul. 7:05 to go in our first half. UAB with the 1-point lead. 7:05 to go in our first half. UAB's got a 22-21 lead in this game. They've got an 11-2 edge in bench scoring, and one of the big reasons why, number 0, Javion Davis. He leads all scorers with 11 points here in the first half.
Yeah, he's just powering his way to the board, and West Virginia not putting up much resistance. Now, West Virginia is going to have to do a better job on the defensive boards. A lot of times, even when UAB misses, they may not get the rebound, but they're keeping the ball alive, and it's keeping West Virginia from getting any type of break going.
The Blazers from Conference USA in Birmingham, Alabama, they are winning the battle in the paint so far. They lead West Virginia in paint scoring, 18-10. Mountaineers with a basketball, looking to take the lead on this possession.
1-3-1 zone by UAB.
Matthews has already hit 3 triples in this game. Wilson lets fire with the shot clock running down. That's an air ball. Davis the rebound. He's doing everything for UAB right now. Jelly Walker. Oh man, what a great move. Got the ball back and double dribble. That's another turnover for UAB. That is their 7th.
Yeah, Walker got himself in the air just now and really didn't have anything to do with the ball. We saw the last time down with that 1-3-1 how it disrupted West Virginia's offense and forced up a bad shot.
Yeah, turning these UAB guards over, that could be a huge key in the game for West Virginia defensively. In the only loss that UAB suffered so far this year, against Toledo. They turned Walker and Gaines over for 11 times in that game. Kedrian Johnson down the lane, got it to the rim. The finish and the foul.
Boy, what strength and control by Kedrian Johnson. The degree of difficulty on this shot, my goodness. And you get hit like this a lot of times, that shot's going to end up short. Kedrian Johnson strong enough to get it up over the rim and down after absorbing the contact. He's doing a little chirping right now, too.
Johnson stepped to the free throw line where he's an 82% free throw shooter. He's had a standout first half for the Mountaineers. Johnson with 9. That's our 7th lead change. West Virginia goes back in front by a bucket. Ty Brewer gives it back up to Jelly Walker. Under 6 to play first half. Lovin inside, above the rim, Wagee. And Andy Kennedy can't believe it. He wanted a goaltend, no call. Mountaineers coming back. Toussaint to the cup, and his shot's rejected. Jemison got that out of there. Mitchell had it for a moment, and it's going to go to West Virginia.
Boy, and Andy Kennedy still caught about no call on the goaltend at the other end.
What do you think, Bake?
I think he had a case. Yeah, that ball was over the cylinder. It was close. Officials didn't see it that way, but Andy Kennedy sure thought it was a goaltend.
Wagee, nice pass. Jemison's going to pick up the foul. And Kedrian Johnson's going to go back to the line. How about that pass by Wagee?
Yeah, nice pass by Wagee. That time, with the man-to-man and overplay, Kedrian Johnson goes backdoor. Wagee recognizes it and gives him a good pass. When they overplay like that, you need to go backdoor.
Johnson with another one to come. Johnson played well in the win over Navy. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists in 29 minutes. Had 11 points in West Virginia's loss to Purdue in Portland. His second free throw.
Kedrian Johnson with a really, really good, steady game to this point in the game.
The UAB now has gone 2.5 minutes without a point. Walker takes Johnson to the cup, misses the shot. Rebound by Matthews, who wants to push it. 4 on 3. Open for Toussaint for 3.
But Toussaint with a good look just now, couldn't get it to drop.
Gaines, and his pass is intercepted by Matthews. Wagee, the dish, and Mitchell knocks it in off the right baseline.
Andy Kennedy, he's seen enough. He says, we need to stop this right now.
Mountaineers a 7-0 run over the last minute 49. And West Virginia enjoying their largest lead of the game. Trey Mitchell for 2. Mountaineers lead it by 6 over UAB. All right, West Virginia enjoying their largest lead of the game. 4:19 to go in the first half. Bake, UAB averages 90 points a game. They've got 22 right now in 16 minutes in the first half. West Virginia's defense has been outstanding.
Yeah, they have. They've made make it tough, with the exception of UAB getting some close-in shots. They've done a really good job. Jelly Walker at this point with only 2 points. You're not going to see that happen very often.
How about the fact that UAB is still looking for their first three-point field goal? They're 0 for 4 outside the arc right now. Blazers have the basketball back. Jelly Walker, the nation's leading scorer, only 2 points here. He's averaging 25 a game, and that's another turnover for the Blazers. That is 9.
Andy Kennedy beside himself. Nothing worse than call a timeout, get your team organized, and then go out there and throw the ball away.
You know, this is kind of a late arriving crowd here at the Coliseum late this afternoon. But I'll tell you what, it's pretty full. Here's Matthews. Matthews gunning for his 4th three of the first half. Offensive rebound by the Mountaineers. Clock will reset to 20. Kedrian Johnson's had an outstanding first half. Mohamed Wagee wants to work inside. Able to get it to Mitchell, who dumps it off to Emmett Matthews for the slam.
Wagee fortunate to be able to get that ball back. Trey Mitchell with a good look to Matthews. Boy, Matthews has come out and really given the Mountaineers a spark after seemingly being hurt early on.
Off the ball is going to be a foul against West Virginia.
Kedrian Johnson calls the first home is first.
Yep. Wagee will learn as he gets older and plays in that post. You can't put the ball on the floor, but so many times before it's going to collapse. He's fortunate to get that back, and it resulted in 2 points for West Virginia.
Kedrian Johnson picked up the foul. That's his first. Jelly Walker is a 92% free throw shooter. He didn't miss too much in shoot-around this morning, did he?
No, he did not.
One more for Walker.
You know, guys like Walker, though, you know, whenever you're coaching against him, you know that he can erupt at any point in time in the game. So you just have to hope that you can keep enough pressure on him.
1 for 2 at the line for Walker, a 92% free throw shooter. Mountaineers will take that every time.
2-3 zone this time.
Toussaint didn't want the screen, didn't need it. Rolls it in over the rim. Mountaineers now 32-23, 3 minutes to go. Mountaineers in the midst of an 11-1 run right now. Lovin inside. Wagee changed that shot. Mountaineers the rebound. Here comes Matthews, the rebound, and he'll bring it into the front court.
And Wagee giving West Virginia a big lift off the bench. Bell not in right now. Quanco been in, but Wagee has done a nice job coming in.
Toussaint behind the back pass to Mitchell. And Wagee's going to be whistled on the personal. He was tied up inside with Jemerson.
Bob Huggins is just exploding on the sideline.
And for Wagee, that's his 3rd personal foul.
I think that's a play you just let go. There's 2 guys wrestling for the ball. I don't see any excessive contact either way there. I think you let that go and play basketball.
So Wagee has 3, and Bell's on the bench with 2. Back iron, no good. Front end of the 1-and-1.
Huggins is saying, why not a foul just now?
So Okonkwo is back in the game, getting some important minutes here in the first half. He's got the basketball now. Turns away from the traffic, can't hit it. Jemerson the board. Buffin slams it home. Nice baseline drive.
Okonkwo late getting there. Nice look inside and good execution by UAB, I'm sorry.
Ball came into Conquo right off his foot. Jemerson picked it up. Walker for three, deep three. That was from 25 feet, didn't knock it in. Inside of 2 minutes to go first half. West Virginia with the ball on a 7-point lead. UAB's won 6 games in a row, but they're trailing on the road here, West Virginia. Toussaint is fouled on his way to the cup. That foul is going to go against Ephraim Johnson, the freshman. He's the only freshman on this UAB roster. His first.
Toussaint back at the line. Wants to try to knock 2 more down. Keep West Virginia scoring flowing. They've had a little spurt here down the stretch of this half.
Jemerson going to get some time on the bench here. And Javian Davis, who's been so effective for UAB, is back on the floor. Here's Toussaint at the line on the 1-and-1. Toussaint's a 74% free throw shooter. Had a dozen points in 23 minutes in Wednesday's win over Navy. And he became beloved to Mountaineer fans early with his 18 points in the victory over Pitt. Toussaint picks up Walker at the dressing room door. Back to Walker. 3 on the way up and good for Ladarius Brewer. That's the first triple for UAB tonight.
Well, that's all set up by the penetration of Walker. The defense collapsed. He found Brewer, and Brewer knew what to do with it.
Kedron Johnson's got the ball. He's had a good first half for West Virginia. Into Mitchell. Mitchell wants to go to work. He's tough when he's that close to the cup. Trey Mitchell worked his way down into the paint and just flipped it in the bucket. Walker for 3. That's 2 in a row from outside the arc now for UAB. They cut the lead to 5. We're down to 36 seconds to go first half. There's a 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Toussaint down the lane. And Toussaint nearly a steal, and it's going to be a foul.
Yep. Boy, Toussaint with 2 excellent plays back-to-back. One offensive, and then what a great defensive play.
It's going to be a foul on Brewer after Toussaint makes the field goal. There's the steal.
Toussaint baited him into that pass just now. Looked like he was going to go down court, cut back, stole it, and then was fouled. What a play.
Toussaint with 1 more. Toussaint's got 7 points in 10 minutes here in the first half off the bench. Shot clock is off. The West Virginia lead is 9. They got a clock issue here.
Officials are discussing it now. Yeah, I don't think the clock started.
When the ball was inbounded, there were 24 seconds to go in the first half. Walker, the nation's leading scorer with the basketball. He's got 6 points in 18 minutes here in the first half. And it looks like he wants to go one-on-one here. Lost the handle. Toussaint. Johnson for 3. And that's the first half. So the Mountaineers will head back to the locker room here at the WVU Coliseum with a 40-31 lead on the Blazers of UAB. Amanda Mazey's got Bob Huggins.
Coach, I know you've been concerned with how well your team has guarded all year. You've been able to hold the nation's leading scorer to just 6 points. How would you rate this defense of yours right now?
Well, I think it was much better, but it's always much better when Keaty's guarding their best guy.
Offensively, you guys really started to click with about 7 minutes to go. What changed?
We passed the ball better. We moved. We got into areas that we talked about getting into. We weren't getting into earlier.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it. Dave?
All right, Kedrian Johnson with 11, Emmett Matthews with 11, and the Mountaineers have a 9-point lead here at the break on the Blazers of UAB, 40-31. Our halftime activities from the WVU Coliseum in Morgantown are coming right. Welcome back to the WVU Coliseum, where West Virginia leads UAB 40-31. Our second half is coming up in just a moment. Dave Weekley with Warren Baker here courtside in Morgantown. A raucous crowd enjoying this one, Bake, so far. West Virginia's got the lead. But UAB, you know, they've had a couple of games, including their last time out against South Alabama, where they trail with the half to come back to win. They did that in the Georgia game, too.
Oh, yeah, I look for them to really come out fired up here to begin this second half.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half, and we'll start with UAB. And we told you that Eric Gaines was a skywalker. That was the first basket of the game.
Yeah, he can really get up. He timed this perfectly for that flush.
He had 6 points in the first half. And coming off the bench, Javian Davis with 11 points and 6 boards. He really controlled the paint early as UAB built an early lead.
Yes, he did. He's so strong, and when he gets the ball down that low, not much you can do.
Kedrian Johnson came out of the locker room on fire for West Virginia, guarding Jelly Walker and scoring points too. He had 11 points in the first 20-minute section.
Well, we expect a great defense out of Kedrian, but he has really stepped up with his offensive game as well.
Emmett Matthews, we thought was, we didn't know his health status after he went down with a left knee injury with 30 seconds gone in the first half. He came back on the floor. Not only did he play, he dominated. He had 11 points to share scoring lead for West Virginia.
Shot the ball extremely well. Yep, it doesn't seem that leg's bothering him at all. He's really shooting it well.
There you see some of the numbers. Both of these teams shooting 49% from the field for the game. UAB 43% in the first half. And there is Kedrian Johnson and Davis for UAB. We'll see what happens here in the second half. And we're underway. West Virginia with a basketball to begin the second half. Mountaineers looking to build on a 9-point lead.
1-3-1 starting out with UAB here the second half. Oh.
Stevenson kicks it inside the Bell. Bell spent a lot of time in the first half on the bench with 2 personal fouls, and he puts it up and in with a right hand.
Well, that time Bell gave Davis a little bit of his own medicine inside.
Amanda Mazey got a chance to talk to Andy Kennedy after halftime. Amanda, what'd he say?
He was not happy with the number of turnovers they had. They had 11 turnovers in the first half, which led to 13 points for WVU. Coach Kennedy told me that he thought he had the turnovers under control. That was a problem early on in the season. He said there have been some games they haven't had more than 12 in an entire game. He was not happy with that, and he says they have to limit turnovers and the points off turnovers if they want to be competitive and have a chance in this game. Dave?
Amanda, thank you. Stevenson rises up for the jumper, about 17-footer, and he is fouled by Gaines, and he'll step up to the free throw line for two free throws coming up.
Well, West Virginia at halftime up by 9, and Eric Stevenson hadn't scored. Didn't see that coming.
No.
He's another guy that can get it going quickly. I know that AK knows that. Andy Kennedy knows that.
Gaines with 3 personal fouls. And here's Eric Stevenson at the free throw line, 70% free throw shooter, leading the Mountaineers 14 points a game. I mean, what is going on with this free throw shooting? This is a young man who missed only 1 free throw all last season at South Carolina.
Oh, every great shooter, and he can get it going at any time, just like Jelly Walker can. But, you know, even your great shooters from time to time have an off-rhythm night. That might be enough, that free throw, to get him going.
All right, West Virginia, double-digit lead now, 43-33, 1 minute into the second half. Walker gives it up to Davis down the lane, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Excellent pass to Davis going down the lane. I'll tell you what, he gets a head of steam up. Not many people want to get in front of him. Yeah, I think.
Stevenson picks up the foul. That's going to be his second.
Well, as much trouble as West Virginia had with Davis inside for the first half, certainly wouldn't be surprised to see them try to go down low to him a number of times.
UAB just 3 of 6 from the charity stripe in the first half. Gaines, 70% free throw shooter, knocks down the first. And we mentioned it briefly in the first half about how often UAB gets to the free throw line. They average 24 attempts a game, 16th in the country in that category. This is just their 8th free throw of the game right here.
Well, Dave, you can see how they would because they attack the rim, and when you attack the rim, you're going to get to the foul line a lot.
Johnson immediately double teamed, was able to get it to Mitchell. And there's a steal by Gaines. Gaines puts it up and in. So the full court pressure defense pays benefits for the Blazers.
West Virginia needed some help. Emmett Matthews back to help. Boy, this pressure. Eric Kennedy will keep the heat on West Virginia and make it difficult to get the ball up the floor.
Mountaineers with the basketball. Lead is 6. And this looks like it's going to go against Ty Brewer away from the ball. It will.
Well, I think Bob Huggins recognizes that Trey Mitchell can do some damage down low and post him up some. So look for that to happen more here in the second half.
Stevenson comes off the bench, and he's getting a word from Bob Huggins. Hugg's not happy for whatever reason. Shot off the baseline, would not rattle in. Bell off the offensive board.
Well, Emmett Matthews open for just a second under the bucket. Mitchell couldn't get the ball to him.
Toussaint down the lane. Up and in with the right hand. Did a great job shielding the defender with his body and then flipped it off the glass.
For a little guy, he can really get shots up over the trees inside.
Pushes the Mountaineer lead back to 8. Gaines cut off at the baseline. And it looks like we've got a Mountaineer foul here. And this is going to go against Johnson.
Again, you talk about UAB being able to shoot a lot of free throws. You can see them attacking the rim now.
Bake, what do you think about this Mountaineer lineup that's got Toussaint and Johnson in the game at the same time?
Well, I think at times with the matchups, they have to do it. You just don't want them to get into foul trouble.
Buffer couldn't hit it. Blazers with the rebound. Gaines tees it up for 3. Back iron, no good. And this is going to be a foul that's going to go against Bell. That'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, Bell. Boy, he let Davis get inside of him and really had nothing to do. You've got to get a body and push the guy out.
So Bell will go to the bench with 3 personal fouls. Wagee is back on. He's playing with 3.
Well, Cromku is going to be in as well before it's all said and done. West Virginia's going to have to keep rotating those 3 bigs.
Walker for 3. Missed it all. Stolen away by Gaines. Walker going to tee up another one. This one rattles in. Man, that's got to be a shooter's mentality, right? Same spot, air ball the last trip, knocks it right in.
He forgot about it as soon as he shot that air ball. The next one's going to go in, and sure enough.
Mountaineer lead cut to 5. Toussaint working on Walker, the pull-up. Awkward looking shot.
Yeah, 2 bad possessions for West Virginia. Trey Mitchell losing the ball last time, and this time not a good shot by Toussaint.
Walker again missed it this time. And that's going to be a foul on Davis.
UAB foul call 0. David Davis is first. Team foul number 3.
Yep.
Boy, for all the damage Davis has done in this game, that's just his first foul.
Yeah. Full court man-to-man this time down.
Mitchell comes back to help. He's into the front court. Down the lane and throws it away.
Well, Trey Mitchell that time totally out of control.
8 turnovers now for West Virginia.
West Virginia needs to settle down. They've had a number of bad possessions in a row here. Need to relax and get back in the rhythm here.
Mountaineers led by 9, and that's going to be a foul on Wagee, and if so, that's his 4th.
Boy, that's a huge foul. 16:22 left here in the second half. And here Okonkwo comes back in.
And so Wagee is going to go to the bench.
Whoa.
Okonkwo comes back in. He got 6 critical minutes in the first half. This is a young guy that only averages 10 minutes a game. He's got to play a big role here.
Yes, he does.
Two Mountaineer big men in foul trouble. Toussaint got down on the floor and got that ball. Mitchell, Kedrian Johnson wide open from the wing.
Boy, Davis is hurt. They stopped the action after West Virginia took that shot.
Javian Davis down on the floor for UAB. Had such a big first half.
You know, right now, Dave, this game is tough to play because you'll see a call where somebody really gets hammered and there's no call. And then it looks like a touch foul and it's a call. So it's tough for the players to adjust in a situation like that.
We'll take a break here on the floor. 16:07 to go. Second half. Mountaineers with a 5-point lead. There's Javian Davis from UAB. We saw him down on the floor before that last official timeout. He's back up and got hit in the face. What happened, Babe?
I don't know. I didn't really get a good look at it here. Oh, he and Okonkwo bumped heads. Wow.
So Davis is on the bench for the moment.
Yeah, you take a shot to the head like that, that rattles you a little bit. He's trying to shake it off. I'm sure he'll be back in shortly. Trey Jemison's back in, who started the game, so.
You can appreciate it when the big guys knock heads, right? As a former WV big man yourself.
I've had a few cracks in the head myself there.
Of course, Okonkwo got a chance to guard Zach Edey of Purdue out in Portland. Big Maple. And this is a foul that's going to go against Toussaint.
You know, sometimes at halftime, the officials get together and say, I think this thing may be getting a little out of control. Let's tighten things up here.
So for Toussaint, that's just his first personal foul.
Got Toussaint on the grab inside.
UAB trailed by 9 at the half. They can get a little closer on this trip. There's Walker on the pull-up. Got it. Nothing but net. It's a one-possession game, 45-42.
That was not bad defense. That's just a good player making a good play. West Virginia's got to come meet the ball. Right now, the aggression of UAB going after the basketball on the defensive end. West Virginia's a little sloppy and slow attacking the ball as it comes to them.
West Virginia handled the UAB pressure pretty well in the first half, but in the second half, the Blazers are making West Virginia work.
They are. And Andy Kennedy team is going to do that.
Toussaint guarded by Walker. And there's a foul off the ball, and I believe that's going to go against Buffin.
Foul whistled on UAB's number 55.
Jemerson,
he picked it up.
Second personal, team foul for 4.
So Jemerson's got 2.
Checking in for the Blazers, Taven Lovett.
He got tangled up with Trey Mitchell.
Now again, I didn't see much of a foul there. The officials really are looking to call this thing tight.
Toussaint. Mountaineers starting around pretty stagnant in the half court. Loose ball, controlled by the Blazers. 2-on-1 the other way. Here's Walker with an open 3. And that ties the game at 45.
Nobody picked him up in transition, and that's just like a gimme.
Suddenly Walker's up to 14 points, the nation's leading scorer. Mitchell wants to go baseline. Tried to pass it inside to Okonkwo. It's a steal, 3-on-2 back the other way. And 2 more for the Blazers, up and in for Ladarius Brewer.
Boy, Trey Mitchell really struggling right now. He's got to become stronger with the basketball right now.
Blazers trailed 40-31 at the break, and now they've got a 2-point lead.
The difference in the game right now is the aggressive play by UAB. West Virginia is not matching that.
Okonkwo off the baseline, couldn't get it to go, but he's going to the line. And Jemerson just picked up his 3rd.
UAB foul call on number 55. Trey Jemerson, his 3rd personal, team foul number 5.
We've had 8 lead changes in the game. Okonkwo, this will be his first free throw of the year. How about that?
Javian Davis checks in for the Blazers. And Eric Stevenson checks in for
Eric Stevenson coming back in the game. That's a guy West Virginia needs to get started here.
Stevenson, with the Mountaineers' leading scorer at over 14 a game with 1 point in this game. Okonkwo 1 of 2. Davis another board. He's got 7 rebounds. UAB winning the battle on the boards, 25-20 against West Virginia. Mountaineers get the turnover. Here's Stevenson.
Whoa, that's got to be intentional.
And a foul's going to be called. No indication from our trio of officials that it's an intentional foul. So Stevenson will go to the line for 2.
Bob Huggins is begging for it. Well, he took a slap down at the ball. I guess, you go after the ball, they're not going to call that. The officials are going to take a look at it on the monitor and see what they think. Initially, I thought it was an intentional foul, but he did reach down for the ball, so we'll see.
Jerry Pollard, Kelly Self, and Chance Moore are officials in this game. All right, let's take another look, Bake. Stevenson, the breakaway.
Yeah, I think the swipe down on the arm and the ball probably will keep it from being an intentional foul. Now, I think they're just going to call it common 2-shot foul.
Yep, 2-shot foul.
The official, Jerry Pollard, what an interesting trip he had. He was on his way to Morgantown. His plane had to make an emergency landing. He had to go to D.C. He had to jump in a car and then drive to Morgantown in time for the game tonight.
Wow.
They had a little room set up with a pillow and a blanket so he could get an hour's rest when he got here.
Lovin picked up the foul. That's his first. One more for Stevenson. Game tied at 47. Just under 14 minutes to play. 7 ties now in our game. 8 lead changes. This free throw could make it 9. And it does. Boy, look at that Mountaineer defense pushing UAB away from the basket. Walker for three. Barely touched the rim. Rebound by Matthews.
Better box out by West Virginia that time down.
Stevenson steps back behind the line, lost control of the ball. Mitchell got it back. Keedy Johnson whips it inside the Conquo. Here's Stevenson for three.
And he's fouled on the three-point shot, I think. Yes, he was.
It's going to go against Levin.
Stevenson will shoot
No,
three.
Brewer got the foul. That's his second. All right, Stevenson starting to do some work here at the free throw line. Two more to come. Mountaineers back in front by two.
Substitution. Eric Gaines checks back in for the Blazers.
Sometimes it only takes a couple of free throws to get a good guy that can shoot the ball like Stevenson going. Let's see if he continues now.
Man, just a beautiful stroke.
Yes.
So 3 free throws for Stevenson. And Stevenson fouls him. Gaines did a good job to keep that ball from flying out of bounds. And when he controlled it, Stevenson fouled him.
Wow. Right in front of us here. Let's see.
So for Stevenson, that's his third personal. Team foul number 6 on West Virginia. Next one will put UAB into the 1-and-1.
Stevenson has to be careful. Officials really looked at him.
And Buffin banks it in. And the Mountaineer defense tried to come out and give help on Jelly. He dished it to Buffin, who made the bucket. Now this foul will go against Lovett.
Well, each time the whistle blows now, you don't know what you're going to see. Wow.
So that's going to send Okonkwo back to the line for 2. Missed the front end. Check that. That was a 1-and-1.
Yeah, only the 18th foul on the Blazers.
Okonkwo was going up for a dunk, but they ruled that foul on the floor, so he missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Here's Davis, sent out by Okonkwo.
Boy, a nice play by the young fella.
Deflected out of bounds, will stay at this end.
Boy, excellent timing. No body contact. Hugs really likes this young man. Just said he just needs to really craft his game.
Got a nice hand from the crowd here in Morgantown as he headed back to the bench. Bell back on the floor for WVU, playing with 3 fouls now. Bell collects the pass, kicks it out to Matthews. Matthews, baseline drive, and he is fouled as he goes to the rim. And that'll go against Davis. So Emmett Matthews will shoot free throws. Fouls continuing about for both these teams. That's his 4th. 11:53 to go, second half. Mountaineers with a 2-point lead. $11:53 to go in our second half here in Morgantown. West Virginia's got a 2-point lead on UAB. Amanda Mazie has found some very special Mountaineer fans here in the Coliseum. Amanda, where are you?
I had to search far and wide. I'm at the top of section 219, and I have some very special kids here from Charleston. First, before we talk about the kids, let's talk Marvin Watson. You own Classic Cuts here in Morgantown, barbershop. you've been bringing kids here from Charleston for 6 years to a basketball game. How did you start that and why?
I just wanted to give back to my community of Charleston, so I just brought a group of kids up just to let them experience the live basketball game, meet the players, tour the facilities, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, like you said, Classic Cuts is a big part of this, and I'm glad that it's happening.
And before the game, the kids got to meet some of the players, get a poster signed. It was a lot of fun. So Cookie Miller is with Charleston Parks and Rec. Cookie, how special is it for these kids to come up here?
This opportunity is a lifetime for some of these kids. So just creating more opportunities for these kids to see different things is a beautiful thing.
And we might see some future Mountaineers right here on this court. All right. Hey, guys, are you having fun? Yeah! Well, Marvin and Cookie, we appreciate your efforts, and I know these kids are going to have a great time tonight, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you. Yes, you sure will.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Amanda, that's great. I think that's the first time anybody could actually cover Cookie Miller. I mean, he was a tremendous player in the Kanawha Valley at West Virginia State after high school. All right, 53-49. West Virginia's got the lead.
Well, an illegal screen just now. Boy, Buffin hit and picked off Kedrian Johnson as he was trying to keep up with Walker. Oh, yeah, there's no question about that. Moved right in. Official standing right there to call that.
West Virginia looking to extend that 4-point lead here in the second half. Stevenson, the reverse, got it. Man, that was a nice shot. He was able to get on the other side of the rim and not flip it up like a layup. That looked more like a jump shot. And as Jelly Walker weaved his way to the goal, he's fouled. And that's going to go against Kedrian Johnson, who gets up a little gingerly.
West Virginia foul called on number 10, Eric Stevenson.
Oh, Stevenson got that call. That's going to be his fourth.
Wow.
Checking in for UAB.
Wow.
And the line for UAB, Jordan Walker.
So Walker steps up for two. So Stevenson's going to have to sit with 4 personal fouls.
Yeah,
Walker now with 15 points in the game.
That's a shame, too, because Stevenson appeared to have his motor running on that offensive end now.
And Jelly Walker starting to get his points now. He's got 16 to lead all scorers.
1-3-1 this time down. UAB continuing to change defenses.
Ball deflected and stolen. Walker. Ball deflected out of bounds. No foul. Here comes Matthews back the other way. Mitchell for three. Big sequence there. That's a 5-point turnaround. The bucket saved at one end, and Mitchell's three at the other. And a timeout called by the Blazers. 58-51, 10:41 to go. 10:41 to go, second half. West Virginia led by 9 at the half. They lead by 58-51 now. Toussaint with the block, and coming back the other way, a huge three coming up by Trey Mitchell.
Good recognition by Emmett Matthews to hold up and let the shooter get down there, and the bench gets fired up. They know how big that three was. You know, Andy Kennedy, a tremendous coach, good bench coach. He felt things beginning to slip, called that timeout. I thought it was a great timeout by him.
So a big 5-point swing there. The bucket that UAB did not get. Mitchell's three extends the lead to 7. I mean, if Toussaint doesn't make that play on the defensive end, it's a 2-point game.
Sure, that's a layup. Bob Huggins has been spelling those two guys, Toussaint and Keedy Johnson, not having both of them on the floor at the same time. He wants a fresh guy all the time to be guarding Walker.
Bob Huggins dealing with foul trouble. Stevenson and Wagee both with 4. Bell in there now. He's playing with 3 personal fouls. Ephraim Johnson, the freshman for UAB, back on the floor. In traffic, the nice pass and the finish in there. Nice play. Brewer lays it up and in. It's a 5-point game. And here comes the full court pressure defense by UAB. Toussaint, the dish to Bell.
That was all Joe Toussaint. What a nice play. Jelly Walker on the bench for UAB right now. He won't be there long.
Ephraim Johnson able to chase it down. Here's Gaines. Back rim, no good. Matthews the rebound for West Virginia. Toussaint's had another strong game. He's in double figures with 10. And of course, as I say that, he throws it away.
Yep, not a great decision that time.
Gaines all the way to the cup. And that's going to be an offensive foul. And Toussaint will draw that.
Toussaint said, I may have made a mistake on one end. I'll make it on the other.
That's his 5th.
4 fouls on Gaines. Toussaint the dish, Bell the finish. 5 fouls. So Gaines is fouled out. Gaines ends the game with 8 points. And he had those 3 thunderous dunks in the first half.
Yeah, he got them off to a good start.
Checking in for UAB, Jordan Walker.
So that's it for Gaines. You know, Stevenson's on the bench for West Virginia with 4 personal fouls. A minute ago, he was on that exercise bike. He still is behind the WVU bench. Trying to stay loose. Mountaineers by 7. Counting down to the 9-minute mark here in the second half. Wilson in the game now to Bell. Bell wants to work on Davis. Turns to his right, puts it in.
Boy, that's as strong a move as I've seen Jimmy Bell make all year.
And now the crowd is really engaged. Davis, bucket, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Boy, Davis got good position on Trey Mitchell. Got it down, just too strong for Trey inside. He shaped up so well. Trey Mitchell would have been better served just to let him have that shot as opposed to fouling him as well.
Davis has got 15 points for the Blazers. He'll step at the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Blazers 4 of 4 at the stripe here in the second half.
Comes a half-court trap. West Virginia you have to put a little bit more on those passes. Make sure people come to meet him as well.
Mitchell swings it to Matthews for 3. Emmett Matthews has now got 4 3-point goals in the game.
Emmett Matthews really worked on this shot over the last year. He has a lot of confidence in it.
Matthews with 16. West Virginia's lead was 10 for a moment, and then Jelly Walker reigns in a 3. That's his 4th 3 of the game.
You can't give a guy like that daylight. Keedy Johnson up off the bench, ready to come back in.
Wilson thought about it. Mitchell from the elbow. We've got an official timeout on the floor. 7:33 to go, second half. West Virginia 67, UAB 58. All right, we're back here live in Morgantown College basketball tonight. 7.5 minutes to go. West Virginia leads UAB 67-58. Dave Weekley along with wonderful Warren Baker. Warren, let's take a quick peek at something we found from the 1975 team.
Oh my gosh, I'm afraid to look at this.
Oh man, what a crew. Look at these guys. I recognize 35 standing. That's Bob Huggins. And look at you down at the bottom. Man, your hair, fantastic.
I think Hugs needs a haircut.
Saw you guys play many, many times when I was in high school. That was quite the crew.
Well, yeah, my hair is gone now too. I can't find any of it.
Yeah, let me ask you this. You were on the Mountaineer basketball team when Bob Huggins transferred from Ohio University. What did you hear about him before you met him, and what were your first impressions?
Really didn't hear a lot about him, but we sure did find about it when we started practicing. He was as tough as they came on the court. I think he stepped everybody's game up because he played so hard.
Lovin had that ball stripped away. Another turnover for UAB. Here comes West Virginia. Chance with a made basket here to go up double digits again. Nice pass inside. Mitchell. Shots blocked from behind. And a foul is called. So Mitchell will go back to the free throw line.
Well, Joe Toussaint does such a great job. Sometimes he makes some mistakes, but when he gets in traffic like that, he really can find people.
Foul's going to be on Buffin. That's his fourth. So Mitchell, 81% at the line, steps up for two. West Virginia 2 of 4 at the stripe here in the second half. Up and in. Check that now, 10 of 13 in the second half at the free throw line. One more for Mitchell. West Virginia 17 of 20 at the stripe. That's funny, UAB was the team that came in here averaging 24 free throws a game, 16th in the country, but it's West Virginia that's shot the most free throws. This ties the Mountaineers' largest lead at 11 points.
Well, UAB's down 11. They've got another run in them. West Virginia cannot relax.
Wild shot, no good. Jemerson had it, lost it. Held ball situation, and the arrow goes to UAB. Blazers will keep it.
Boy, Joe Toussaint right down there with the big guys battling for that ball.
That's kind of a wild shot by Brewer. Blazers lucky to get that back.
Yep, big guys battling inside. Joe Toussaint sticks his nose in there and gets in there with the big guys. Called the jump ball, possession to UAB.
Walker turns and fires, rattles in and out. Mitchell the board. He's got 6 rebounds to go along with his 13 points in this game tonight. Toussaint trying to work on Walker. Mitchell looked to lob inside to Bell. 5 on the shot clock. Kedrian Johnson got it up to the rim and in.
That is a pressure shot. What a good shot by a guy with the clock running down.
Largest lead of the game, West Virginia 71-58. Jemerson flips it in with a right hand. Boy, that last shot by Johnson.
Oh, my.
Man, oh, man. It looked like he was going to take a jump shot, but that was a right-handed, one-handed shot.
Well, he had to get it up quick.
Mitchell for 3. Walker lost the handle. Here's Toussaint. Lays it up and in. Toussaint did a great job of blocking Buffin from getting there. Buffin had to let him go. He's got 4 fouls. Walker, the dish and the dunk.
Basket by Buffett.
That's what
KJ
makes
Buffett.
Walker such a great player, too. You know, a leading scorer in the nation. I don't have it. I'll give it to my guy. He can make the shot.
Counting down to 5 minutes to go in the game. West Virginia by 9 at the half. They lead by 11 at the moment.
UAB foul. Whistled on number 2.
The Ladarius Brewer picks up the foul. And this second half has just been a slog to the free throw line for both teams.
Sure, well, the officials came out really calling it tight to begin the second half.
Kadrian Johnson had 11 points in the first half. He's got 13 now. 3 for 3, 4 for 4 now at the stripe.
You know, his job tonight was to try to make sure Jelly Walker didn't go crazy, and he's done a pretty good job on him. But to get this much offense, that's a plus for him because he knew what his job was tonight.
Brewer down the lane. And he'll go to the line. And a physical game.
It is.
Matthews will pick it up.
Jimmy Bell with the foul inside. You know, I was always told when a guy drives in like that, don't let him get it up on the board. Make him go earn from the free throw line if you're going to foul it. Now they're going to take a look at this.
I think that I originally thought the foul was going to be on Matthews. They whistled it on Bell. And this is big because the foul is on Bell. That's his 4th. Bob Huggins has been dealing with foul issues with his big men all night long and has done a really good job trying to make up the most of those guys. And it is going to be Matthews.
After review, the foul has been whistled on West Virginia's number 1.
Well, Bacon looked like Matthews got him first.
Yes, it did. And he came down across the arm, so I think they did change that. This has been an entertaining and very hard-fought game, but it's been choppy because of the stop and go with the amount of fouls we've had this evening, Dave.
Brewer 70% at the line. One more to come. Transferred in from East Tennessee State in Johnson City, where he started every game last year for the Buccaneers. Two free throws.
Here comes the full court heat. West Virginia has to take care of the ball, be aggressive when you go meet it.
That made free throw allowed UAB to put their full court pressure D in place. Didn't affect West Virginia on this trip. Kadrian Johnson with the basketball now. Drives down the lane. Bell made a great
Nice
save.
play by Bell.
Mitchell tried to stuff it. Held ball situation and will stay at this end. Man, how often do you see that? Where a dunk is, you try to dunk the ball and it sticks to the rim.
I've seen jump shots stick there, but very seldom you see a dunk attempt. Trey Mitchell had visions of putting that down on someone too.
I don't know, that might be SportsCenter worthy right there. Mitchell with 10 on the shot clock. Back to Kadrian Johnson, and he is fouled, and he'll go back to the line for 2.
Took the ball right in on Jamison.
Number 55, Trey Jefferson, called for the foul.
And Jefferson now has got 4 personal fouls. Johnson, 15 points tonight. 5 of 10 from the field, 5 of 5 at the line in 28 minutes. And it was his defense in the first half that really bothered Jelly Walker. Walker's kind of gotten back on track, scoring the basketball here in the second half.
Well, you're not going to stop a guy like that the entire night.
One more for Johnson. Probably best win that UAB has is against Georgia.
Yeah.
In that game, Walker had 20 points after halftime in a 30-point game. But we knew that the matchup between Jelly Walker and Kedrian Johnson would be a key tonight, and it has been.
Well, yeah. Well, Walker had 13 last year, and he also had 7 turnovers. And Andy Kennedy attributed that to the way that Kedrian Johnson played him.
Yeah, he was 6 for 20 in that game from the field, 1 of 9 from outside the arc. Lob inside. UAB controls it. Inside of 4 minutes to go in the game, and a reach for Bell.
Yep. Well,
now that will be his 4th foul.
Yeah, and that's the kind of foul that you don't want to see a big guy get away from the basket like that.
3:58 to go in the second half. We got an official timeout on the floor. West Virginia trying to put this one in the barn here in Morgantown, leading 77-64. Well, Sunday, December 18th will be a special day here at the WVU Coliseum. Come celebrate another family day on Coach Bob Huggins Hall of Fame Day as the Mountaineers face the Buffalo Bulls at 5 p.m. Coach Huggs will be recognized with a special Hall of Fame recognition before the game, so come on in early. If you can't make it to Morgantown, make sure to log on to Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus to watch the game. Kedrian Johnson playing a big role in the Mountaineers' lead right now, 77-64. 17 points and some fine defense, too. What do you think, Bake?
Yeah, that's exactly right. He knew that defensively he had a job to do tonight, and he's just picked it up at the other end as well, especially when West Virginia needs it. You know, this UAB team is not a slouch. They were picked to win Conference USA this year, and Jelly was preseason player of the year. He was the player of the year last year in the conference. So this is not a poor team that West Virginia's beating right now.
Yeah, he took home all the awards last year at CUSA. He got all the trophies. Player of the year, newcomer of the year.
Yeah.
Davis will step to the line. Davis has had a nice game for UAB, 15 points. 3 of 5 now at the stripe. The ball came out of his hand very poorly, but Brewer was able to get the rebound. 3 on the way out of the deep corner. Buffin, another offensive rebound. Here's Walker. Boy, Walker went into the lane, and there were 4 Mountaineers right there.
Yeah.
And he's called on the travel. Great defense.
I thought it was either a walk or a double dribble. It had to be one of the two. West Virginia, fortunate though, they gave up a number of second shots just now and did not get burned by it.
I mean, there's nothing but gray jerseys in there.
Yeah, they called a walk. Looked more like a double dribble to me, but either way, West Virginia with the basketball.
Walker comes out of the game. He's on the UAB bench now. Inside of 3.5 minutes to go, second half. West Virginia in no hurry here. Toussaint whips it cross court to Matthews. Goes baseline and can't make it. Strong drive. Will stay at this end. 18 on the shot clock. 3:09 left to go in the game clock. West Virginia closing in on their 8th win in 10 games to start the season.
And down the stretch, you've seen both Johnson and Toussaint on the court together. Need the ball handlers, and that way they can switch up on Jelly as well.
Lob inside. Wagee puts it in.
Nice position by Wagee inside.
Been a frustrating night for Wagee. That's his first basket. Buffin, the look away pass to Davis. He scores it and has a chance for a three-point play.
Whistled on Mo Wagee. That is his fifth.
Mo Wagee got caught napping. The big fella Davis slipped in behind him. Something that he's going to have to learn as time goes on.
Well, West Virginia averaging 80 points a game. They're sitting on 79 right now. Last Sunday, when UAB beat South Alabama, they won that game 76-68. That was the first time all season they've been held under 80 points. And they may be held under 80 points for the second consecutive game. We had a lot of fun this morning at Shoot-Around with Bob Huggins talking about Gene Bartow.
Oh, yeah.
Who really got it going at UAB. His son Murray Bartow coached the Blazers for a while. Mike Anderson. Andy Kennedy now in his third season. Here's Davis. Short side of the rim, no good on the free throw.
West Virginia just needs to protect the basketball and did not get it across half court.
It's a turnover for the Mountaineers. Goes right back to the Blazers.
Just a mental lapse that time. West Virginia really not watching the shot clock. Did not get the ball across half court in time.
The Blazers thinking, hey, 3 here makes it a 10-point game. Ephraim Johnson, the freshman. Buffin to Brewer. Rises off the baseline. Can't hit it. Loose ball inside. Buffin got it back and scores it. Cuts the lead to 11.
We've seen UAB hit the boards hard, and they're going to do that the rest of the time. If you're West Virginia, you want to chew clock, but you still have to be aggressive. Not necessarily going to the hole, but protecting the basketball.
Game clock turns under 2 minutes, second half. 5 on the shot clock. Matthews, too strong. Bell the rebound. Fresh 20, and they'll take it back out.
Good job by Bell. Recognizing, let's use the clock. I don't need to shoot this.
Toussaint down the lane. And that's a travel. Travel on Brewer, another turnover.
Boy, you just have to
19 turnovers.
You have to love the energy Toussaint brings in the game when he's out there.
Tony.
West Virginia nursing a 13-point lead. I think we're done with Jelly Walker for the day.
Yeah, he is. He's been on the bench here for a while.
Mitchell trying to dish it to Bell, threw it away. Ephraim Johnson. You could tell he didn't want to stop. Wild shot off the glass, and Bell the rebound. Inside of 1 minute to go here at the WVU Coliseum.
It's going to be a hard-fought win for West Virginia. UAB, a good ball club.
Toussaint tees it up as the shot clock runs down. 30 seconds to play. Davis is fouled by Toussaint. Stops the clock with 26.5 to play. 4 Mountaineers in double figures in this game, led by Johnson with 17. Emmett Matthews, 16. Joe Toussaint, 14 points. Trey Mitchell has 13. Davis hits the free throw. He's got 18 points. Jelly Walker led by 19 points, led UAB, but it was a frustrating day for him.
Yeah, he had a tough start to the game today.
19 points, 6 of 17 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3, 7 turnovers.
Well, there's going to be some teams that will pay during the year for that, because he'll come out one night and drop 30-some on somebody.
UAB's 6-game winning streak is going to come to an end. Blazers are going to drop to 7-2. Mountaineers are going to up their record to 8-2. as they put back-to-back wins here at home against Navy and UAB after the loss at Xavier. And that's the ball game. Old friends Bob Huggins and Andy Kennedy meet at half court. Huggins now 4-0 against his former assistant coach.
Well, what a great ball game, though. Hard fought. Both teams left it out on the court. It was a good game for the fans to see, and good game for Mountaineers today.
Mountaineers had a 9-point lead at halftime. UAB battled back, and they took the lead, but West Virginia was too much down the stretch. West Virginia shot 55% in the second half, and they get the win over UAB, the final 81-70. So for Warren Baker, Amanda Mazey, and our entire crew, I'm Dave Weekley, saying so long from Morgantown, West Virginia. All events airing on ESPN Plus are streamed live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.